Hello everybody, this is Pusillanimous Gamer, and welcome back to my single-player Let's Play of Civilization 5. I took a quick break for the holidays, I hope everyone had a good one, but now we return to conquer the world as Greece. I hope. We are doing deity settings, which, as I've mentioned before, I haven't actually finished myself, and we are not doing so hot, it looks like, against Austria. As we are attempting to take Salzburg, they are starting to come out with military units. In fact, Suleiman of the Ottomans has just entered the Renaissance. I may have underestimated my neighbors and perhaps even my own abilities in this deity game. Let's see what we can do. We just got a mountain of hurt put on us. This horseman is very likely dead. I did not see these city-state units coming. Let's see. In the meantime, a spy has been recruited, and if we look at our demographics, so you'll see that Babylon, of course, is the top in technology, but really we are so far behind that we could try to steal from anyone. We are friends with both India and Babylon, and those are the only capitals that we've actually seen. So actually, let's go with India and place our spy in Delhi, attempting maybe steal a few techs to catch back up. Meantime, we just finished ironworking. As much as we need the technology, I really think we're going to need a workshop to keep up on production. If you look in production, we are also last in manufactured goods. Hopefully between the extra city and workshops, we can keep up on the production. On our culture, we have finished honor, so as we kill units, hopefully that will keep us up in science. Let's see, are there any units that we can kill? Unlikely. This horse, let's retreat. This archer can move up. Really, this is not looking too great for our heroes. Meanwhile, we are under constant threat of Babylon deciding to backstab us at any time. And what was I doing with this warrior? This archer should move in here, give us the boost of culture and happiness that we have from honor, while this warrior should probably go and try to make sure that we keep an eye out so that no barbarian camps spawn where our settler is heading. Might as well send a worker over for the new city as well. Caravan was probably feeding my capital. Oh no, that is a new caravan. Well, that's what it's going to start doing. Next, when it comes out, we'll try to feed the new city to really boost it up and grow it as quick as possible. Meanwhile, this worker can start making farms, or as soon as we hit civil service and our freshwater farms create more food, these will be 3 food, 1 hammer tiles, and those will be very nice. As far as happiness goes, first chance I get, I should improve the citrus. Do not have that yet, and we're trading away quite a bit of crab, and we do or do not have dyes. We do not have dyes yet, so that will also keep us happy. Heal there, and take our next turn. Okay, those longswordsmen are really crushing our units. I think this whole idea of taking the city has to go on the back burner. Thankfully, they ignored my... Oh, no, the city-state got my horsemen. I spoke too soon. Well, in that case, time to go back, try to lull them in. Maybe I can set up someplace more defensible where my units can try to chew through theirs and take advantage of the dumb AI. Meantime, let's lock down our gold. We can keep getting our culture over here, but probably going to want it gold, especially if we get upgrades soon enough. Other than that, what do we need? We're set on happiness. We'll probably need more units. We'll also want a cargo ship pretty quickly, but for the new city to send to the capital, but it will need a granary first. In the meantime, let's build a couple companion cavalry which can attack and retreat pretty quickly to support all our ranged units. Oh, damn. Might have a problem. Okay, let's see what he does. If we're lucky, he'll be too distracted to really pay attention to what's going on. That is a pretty dumb place to keep a general, so I'm going to move that up here. Treat this general as well. I took way too long, and she wants to take my city. I do not think so. That will be as good as conceding the game, which I may have to do pretty soon, but I'm not quite ready to do yet. Maybe Babylon will try to go over here for the wonder. If I'm lucky, they won't take my spot, which I think will be right here. I do prefer settling on hills, but if I can get... Actually, if I go here, I can keep the horse and that, but really it will depend on that settler. There's not much I can do at the moment. Okay. Well, they're not moving in range. Perhaps I can start pecking away at this long swordsman while he doesn't really have any units to support him, where I can't be shot by any archers or the city. This guy will go in here to heal quicker. I will go back here just in case I need him to fight off Babylon, to increase the strength of my units. I have to say, unfortunately, I do not remember things looking quite this bleak before the break. It was pretty rough. They really do chew through these composite bowmen. I would need crossbowmen, and he took exactly where I wanted to settle. Damn. Well, I did not see that coming. This is not looking very good. Continue leveling them up. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we can get some highly promoted units. Let's see. These do not do enough to actually kill that. So what happens if I move here? Back. Almost. Will take a little bit of damage, but I should finish that long movement off, which is the goal. What to do up here? That is quite unfortunate. I think there really isn't any place I want another city out here. That really was the one I wanted. I could backstab Babylon, even though he is feeding me quite a bit of science. Almost half my science just in trade routes with him. I could take his city and then probably die as he pushes in with his own units. And also, Austria does not look like she's planning to give up that easily. I don't think she'll take a peace deal. As we just saw, she wanted my city as retribution. Things do not go. Well, if I do get a city there eventually, I would be keeping Babylon City. As I said in previous episodes, that they basically, cities with courthouses in them, which you can only get by conquering a city, with honor, have super powerful bonuses with +4 food production and gold, and also a boost in happiness to make up for the unhappiness that is caused by capturing other cities. So, if I eventually get that city, it would probably be better off than it would by me settling it, even though by the time I get it, it would probably be much too late. So, in the meantime, there's no place I really want another city, so I might as well delete the settler. That was an unfortunate waste in production. And let's see what happens if I move in here, start pecking away at these units. This must be my scout archer, upgraded from a scout with a ruin into an archer, and then which I further upgraded into cosmic bowman, meaning that he can go up onto, he can ignore terrain costs and move onto rough terrain and still move again, just like a scout would. We knew we'd take some damage there. I'll be able to move back and heal it, and probably move back this composite bowman as well. We are in basically full retreat. Bonus though, fortify these units. Come up here, fortify both of them, and yes, really not feeding the capital. Let's see, I could get a bunch more science with sending trader out to Babylon. Routes available. No matter where I send to Babylon, I would get the same amount of science, but where would I get the most gold? Athens to Sapar with a cargo ship, Athens to Akkad. Let's do that. Could also feed Sparta, but either way, let's send my trader out to Athens. Buy these units here. I have a feeling, though, before long, Babylon might want to take my land himself. Okay, where to go from here? Fortunately, I cannot start any of these medieval policies, and I'm not getting anything with faith, and I'm not really planning on doing anything as far as aesthetics goes, so I'm guessing I should either do patronage, liberty, or tradition for now. I am Greece, so as I mentioned before, Greece does have a lot of bonuses with city-states, so perhaps as long as I don't war too many people and lose them to their allies, maybe I can get something going with patronage. Otherwise, I can cross my fingers and hope I can get my honor rolling and get a bunch of cities, in which case liberty might not be so bad for a little bit of production, but mostly for this happiness and gold output. But for now, let's go with patronage. In the mod, there are the No Quitters mod. There were a ton of changes, including bonus science from friends and allies, enhanced trade routes with city-states, and additional delegates, which I do not remember if they're in the base game or not. But for now, let's go with patronage. If I do start taking over, it would be a long, slow fight until it gets to a point where I'm too strong, and at that point I won't really need the liberty bonuses anyway. but that might be a little optimistic for now. I'm sorry that I am being a little down, I guess, this time. I wasn't quite remembering how bad this might be after the break. The city does need to grow, so for now we'll get a water mill, and until we start seeing a push from Austria, I'm not going to really worry about building more units until I can get up towards machinery and counterattack with crossbowmen, which I believe I will go to after this. Let's see. Let's continue improving my tiles around my cities. Austria making another settler. I'm assuming she's going to go somewhere down here. Nebuchadnezzar is plotting against us. Thank you, Isabella. Just as I thought. Well, not much I can do about that for now. Maybe I will have to build units, but I will be building my workshops first. The extra production boost definitely be a big priority. Farm. Until he attacks us, I think I'm going to go with the extra science. Oh, do not attack me, city-state. Well, Austria seems fine sitting back. Seems like the city-state is a little more zealous. Wow, that is a brave settler. As I have stated many times, the AI is not, in fact, the smartest. Missionary over here, which, if it were a player I were playing against, I would consider bait, but I'm not too afraid of the AI. Settler conveniently can be taken and treated from with my 5 movement companion cavalry. May get a few boring turns in here as I wait for the enemy to advance. That might be trying to push in a little bit up here, but that's probably just to keep me away. Let's see, what religion would that missionary be? Culture from pastures, food growth, science from its spreading, temple, happiness and production, and combat strength near friendly cities. We won't get all those bonuses, but there's no reason that I can't use that to push Athens to that religion. Hello. Perhaps the AI will lose some more units as was the plan, and oh no, there are some crossbowmen. Well, if anything, maybe we will learn from our mistakes, and in the second Let's Play, we will continue with another Immortal game, or get a little ahead of myself. Don't really want to lose that general, so let's just hide it just in case. Hot shot there, and continue building my farms. do believe we grew a little bit in some of these cities. I don't have any tiles I want to work there, but I will work. Actually, the farm will finish. No, I'll grow to the farm. And before I do that, I should remember to keep a unit in my cities. Not liking this. Those aren't Babylon's best units, but they will be enough to cause a bit of trouble. Between the two of them, I'm not, as we have known since the beginning of this game, not in the greatest position. As we can see off on the outskirts of our vision, the other civilizations have been playing the religion game. Portuguese great prophets, we've seen Indian prophets and missionaries running around as well. But as I planted my prophet before, I knew it wouldn't really be something I could compete in, and we'll just let the other cities take care of that. Happy enough piggybacking out off my opponents. Thank you for more science. Yes, please. Thankfully, may have trapped the AI. I believe it almost always try to take back its workers, and so that might be a little goodie that the AI is too stupid not to take. You gain a little bit of science and culture that way. With honor. Push Athens over the top, and now keep our pastures. We did lose, unfortunately, the extra production and faith that we were getting off our fishing boat, so that might not have been the best idea, but I'm happy enough with the extra food growth in me because we have the happiness to support it. Where did you get shot from? I'm guessing there's a unit up here. Or what we don't care about. "16 turns for a spy in Delhi." Well, that is a little bit too long for my taste. Let's see if anyone wants to trade embassies.
Continuad.
Not even have writing. Wow. Okay, maybe we'll take a quick stop there. Things are pretty bleak. Thank you. Don't really need a missionary, but having one doesn't really hurt. Yes, I will take that worker. Might not have been the best idea moving that. Fine. Nothing I really want with that missionary. Actually, I could be able to spread it up to Babylon. I don't believe I get the science boost, but we'll try it out with the one I just took. Wisely retreated. I'm gonna have to run away from this crossbowman here. Ooh, a little bit organized with the units. Does that mean anything? Getting nice and close to a double promotion or double attack promotion on my archer, so I will keep using it as much as possible. Never had a double attack on a chariot archer before, and it would be pretty useless once it becomes a knight, but we'll see if we actually get there. Having a feeling I'm going to need something up here in case that attack comes. Well, let's move this warrior back and switch out the archers and keep lowly warriors in my cities for that bonus. Finished my cavalry, my workshop. Let's go with a stable, which I can use for a couple tiles, and in a turn we'll get my library up. No, you cannot have my city, but nope. Yes, I know you're stronger than me. I am last in military, last in everything really. I am an upstart who punched a bully in the nose when I could not actually defend myself. Let's try to keep that culture rolling. Babylon is pissed enough at us anyway, so we might as well keep my ally status. Babylon does have a good amount of gold, but I do have some more, so I should be able to buy it back. We will just hang out and try to catch up as best we can. It might be a problem up here if Austria decides, rather than pushing into me, which it really hasn't. Spies. Okay, everyone's plotting against me. As I said, I do look like an easy target. If city-state is taken by Vienna, that would not be good at all. By Austria, I mean. Sparta has grown. Let's actually work our engineer slot and grow a little bit, if possible. Same in here. In the mod, unlike base vanilla game, I do not recall if I mentioned this before, but the great people in the base game are tied together, meaning the engineer, the merchant, and the scientist. As soon as you get one of them, it increases the overall cost for the next one for all of them altogether, whereas in the mod they were separated into their own meters, so getting an engineer will not increase the cost anymore for scientists and merchants, which is a good thing because really in the vanilla base game, let's get a grander quick and then a library. In the base game, it really discouraged you getting anything but scientists because scientists are generally so powerful. Once in a while you might want an engineer, but that is really about it because the opportunity cost of losing that scientist, I did not really pay attention there. Probably retreat back a little bit more. So thank you. The opportunity cost of losing the scientist is too great. Does this get me anything? Nope, it just spread the religion. I did not gain any science from it, so I will not worry about trying to capture any more missionaries or send any of my own. Meantime, pull back a little bit. The outer range of these units make them move in further if they actually want to do any damage. Possibly move this down here as well to make quick attacks possible if he moves in. watermill. Let's go with a library to a market. Actually, you know what? I have enough gold. Let's go with a couple composite bowmen to upgrade into crossbowmen as soon as possible. Same after my library here. Might be worth trying to sneak a horseman in here just to clean up these units. City-states are defending pretty well, it seems like. Like something like that I could pick off and gain that science boost. Ooh, Isabella declared war. I have a friend somewhere in the vast unknown world. But at this point, there's no point in trying to switch to another city to steal in 10 turns. I should get something. No telling exactly what Gandhi knows and doesn't know, but there's a ton that I do not know, so I'm guessing it will be something good. 10 turns I can get 5 there, and then probably tech into civil service. Heal everybody here. Not even worry about that. That is something that I want. Ooh. Send a horseman over there to plunder that trade route. Now it's entering the Renaissance, so we really are pretty far behind. We are starting to catch up on science, but for every step I take, it seems like the AI is taking 2 more. Yes. Everyone likes their gold. Oh, tasty caravan. Okay. Duration of friendship has expired. So.
Saludos. Proseguid.
Hi. So we have Spain down there. Benepal. It's late enough that I don't mind trading embassies. I know these aren't my immediate neighbors, otherwise I would have probably seen where they are by now. Let's get an idea where everybody else is.
Os dias.
That gold will come back when the gold per turn will come back once the deal's over. Oh, that's not a big deal either. Now I get a little bigger picture. Some nice capitals. Thankfully, we're actually not that far behind on capital size against some of these opponents. Although looking at Babylon, these aren't even his capital cities, and they are huge. Delhi's capital is the same size as Athens. Madrid's a few ahead of us, but we're close down here and close here as well. So we might be in last, but we're maybe not as bad off as it would seem. Or actually maybe we are. If we look at these total populations, something that is really nice with the enhanced UI mod, I see altogether I have 19 population, where my closest to the next to lowest player in score has 62. So each of those population points, you see 44, 51, 64, each of them, no thank you, is working a tile. That's hammers that I'm not getting that they're getting. That is food that they're getting. That is possibly science and faith and gold that they're getting. So that really puts into perspective how far behind we are by looking at that total population. Not only is that tiles that's not being worked to, but the bigger your cities are, the more science they get. Because you get science per population in each of those cities as well. here. Let's keep going here. Gold states produce more influence, and my city-state resting point with everybody goes up. So I think I'm just going to keep going up patronage for a little bit. Really, as soon as rationalism opens, I will want that as soon as possible. But until then, I think patronage, and we should be able to get that quite filled out before rationalism begins. Get that happiness. We are down to 4 happiness, and we are still growing quite quickly. That will be necessary. We'll camp this guy here. We know the caravan is going this way, and so as soon as it goes by, it will be pillaged automatically. Now, we have enough gold that we could almost buy. Actually, yes, I could use the happiness from trading gold, but for now, actually no. Let's see if you'll do that. Thank you. We'll just stay happy. We could spend our gold on some city-states, but I think if I do that, I'd probably want to wait until something like Prague, they go up by their resting point, which is going up to 20, and then spend the money. Ooh. Looks like Spain is having a much easier job of taking down Austria than I was. But I'm going to save the gold and upgrade as many of these to crossbows as I can, and then maybe we can stand a chance of finally taking our city. Move these into position where they'd be a little bit closer to upgrade. They are no longer allies with Vienna, so they have a new ally. So I should be able to make peace here. Did not see that cellar go anywhere. Oh no, that's right, we took the cellar. I was going to say, did not see any new cities, but I had forgotten. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Take a peek. Not much going on in there. Quite those as best as I could. This guy, actually let's put a road here. These can upgrade. 50 gold each, so we have plenty over here for that. And we're just going to ignore the fact of Babylon massing on our borders and hope that he'll just get distracted somewhere else. Over here. Now, we are getting low on gold, so we'll make our markets, and then I will make an ironworks here. Also, I'll make my market. The one small silver lining to our dark and rainy cloud is that with only 2 cities, we can get our national winners up pretty quickly. Should have probably moved here so I don't get shot, but I'm sure that we'll probably survive. I replundered from the caravan automatically, so we can bring that horseman back down. Austria's having enough of a hard time that It may not even try sending another one, but we'll keep an eye out. See here, that last composite bowman, which wasn't quite finished by the time we researched machinery, its production got converted into a crossbowman. If I were planning it, that is something I could have done. Ooh, that was a mistake. Did not mean to click that. If I were planning it, I would have probably pre-produced that unit anyway, just so it was ready, and I wouldn't have to spend the gold upgrading it. That, unfortunately, is in a terrible position for that scout. It would have been quite nice if instead I could have moved my crossbowman up there. But for now, okay. Looks like Austria is plenty distracted. We lucked out with Spain getting into this fight. They might even be making a play on the capital, but if we can get Salzburg, that would not be too shabby. A conciliatory prize. We didn't really do all the work ourselves like we planned, but it would be something. Move this warrior down here just in case to protect our worker. It should pretty soon get us the extra happiness. Meantime, nothing there. This guy up here. Keep the horsemen back close enough where I can take the city. Here, so I don't get shot. Just wanted to scout with that unit. It's not really going to do a ton anyway. Real damage will come from all these crossbowmen. Some of them will take a little bit of damage, but have enough here that I don't see a problem taking this city. Back in, keep our bonuses going. Now, how close are we on that steal? 4 turns. I'm assuming that they have knights, so if I take civil service now, we can take chivalry at least. Look, we are still last on liberty, plenty far behind. Let's see. This isn't looking as bad as it was a few turns ago. Are still in trouble if Babylon decides to do anything, but as you see here, she's having a bad day as well. No. Nice that now you'd give me peace without trying to take my city out of it, but you're having a bad enough day that I can take advantage. Sorry, Maria. Okay. After all that upgrading, we still have a really good amount of gold. Any other cities? I'm not too fond of taking the faith here because we don't really need it. Let's just pushing entire units. Seems like Austria is really on its last leg over here. That it won't be able to defend this position. We should even be able to take this city next turn, I hope. Keep pushing in. Civil service in a few turns. Those farms will turn into some nice tiles, as I said before. That happiness boost will come just in time for us to be taking a city. And then we'll get a good look and see what's going on with the capital.
Got him.
Sure. See how bad this is. 21 population. Babylon really is doing a good job. Look at that population, like I mentioned before, 90 population. 90. That is 12 above its closest competitor as far as population goes, Spain. Really shows why he's so far ahead. Could have taken a heal there, but I will be able to retreat that unit. I just rather upgrade it instead. Take the opportunity over here to pillage a couple tiles. There's Vienna, no units around. At least Spain's not trying to make a play for it, so we should be able to push right through Salzburg and take Vienna for ourselves. Well, this is all pretty much luck that we are doing any damage in this war because of Spain. I'll take it. If it weren't for Spain, I highly doubt we'd be able to make this push. This one here is my scout archer, so I could have in fact moved him up and shot, but it looks like we're going to have to wait one more turn. Meantime, just move some of these other units a little bit closer. Any closer with I'll just get the gold from them. Triple Austria just a touch more. At this point she's in some pretty rough shape, although I have said that before, haven't I? Anyway, this has been a fairly long episode. I think we will call it a day. Right after this turn was over, no, you cannot have open borders. Hopefully I can wrap this up in time that maybe with the textile and I can get my science buildings up. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up just enough that I can start pushing into Babylon, especially on these outer cities that they might be harder for them to defend. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.